session 5 of righteousness. And this area today I'm looking at is the area of evangelism. In Matthew 23, Jesus said this to the Pharisees: "You travel over land and sea to win a single convert, and when he becomes one, you make him twice as much a son of hell as you are." And that's pretty strong words. Let's look at the first bit. They travel over land and sea to make one convert. How many of us would be willing to go perhaps to Indonesia just to bring one person to Jesus? This suggests an incredible commitment on the part of the Pharisees. And we don't even seem to have much enthusiasm for those around us. We admire the diligence of the Jehovah's Witness. They go from door to door. Mormons, I think it's 2 years they're required to do door-to-door evangelism. And we don't do that. And in fact, as an excuse, we say, well, that sort of evangelism just puts people off. The reason that the JW and the Mormon put people off is that their motivation comes from their need to earn brownie points with God, their need to earn their way into heaven. It doesn't come from a heart of love for the person that they're talking to. Now, they may well believe that what they're telling the person is really true, but is their heart in it? Christian evangelism should arise naturally from the love of others, and we want them to know the love of God, the power of Jesus that we experience. We want people to be set free from guilt, set free from the things that bind them, hold them back, to know they're loved by God, to know that their life has a part in God's kingdom, to know that they have somewhere reliable that they can put their trust. The evangelism of the Pharisees was to earn brownie points with God, but it was also bringing people into a false understanding of who God was. They wanted people to be subject to the law rather than knowing the amazing love of God. Now, diligence is not the issue. The heart is what matters. When a loving heart gets combined with diligence, then you have an amazing evangelist. There are certain people who are just amazing evangelists. And there is such a thing as the gift of evangelism. But just because these people exist doesn't excuse us from doing the same thing. Each of us is able to share Jesus with someone else. If we're really touched by the love of Jesus, then we want others to have the same experience. So true evangelism comes from a heart that says, I want you to have what I have. Now, when someone does give their life to Christ, it's not up to us to mould them to be the same as we are. We model the Christian life and we encourage them. But they are the ones who need to live out their relationship with Jesus. Now, many of the Christians of early centuries, when they went as missionaries to, say, the Pacific Islands or other places, what they did was they forced Western culture upon these Christian people. And so, for many of them, many of the new Christians confused living out Western culture with living an authentic Christian life. It's not about getting more people into our churches. It's about bringing people into a relationship with Jesus.